Hi, Seth Greene here from the Financial Advisor Marketing Program. Now today we're going to talk about what type of budget you should have if you want to become the dominant, top-of-mind player of a new group of prospects in 90 days or less. So, new group of prospects. First thing we got to talk about really quickly is target market. This is not a list of 15,000 people that are all over the age of 50 that have $100,000 to invest. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about ultra micro niche targeted marketing. So I'm talking about a list of 300 people at the most. So whether you can watch, if you're a member of the Financial Advisor Marketing Program, you can watch the videos, training sessions we've done on target marketing. But again, we're talking about a very small, highly selected, highly targeted group of people that you can become in 90 days or less the first person they think of when it comes to financial planning, financial advice, or if they're in a market of a second opinion, they'll come in and see you. And when they're ready, the people who aren't ready right away will come in and see you. So how are you going to do this? First, there's the cost of the list. Again, for a list of 300 people, going to be a couple $100, probably less than $300. So let's put that on there. Ballpark, let's say cost of list, $300. Now, you are going to send them, the first thing you're going to send them if you're in our program is you're going to send them a lead generation postcard. The postcard is 8.5 by 11. It is glossy, it is graphic designed, it is very slick, it is fold over. The graphic design is going to cost you $250 to get it modified for your practice and your target market. And then you're going to pay the postcard and the printing and the postage per person you send it to. So we've got one-time expenses and then we've got per person. The postcard is going to cost you about $1.12 a piece to have printed, stamped, and mailed. That postcard is going to be followed a week later by a lead generation letter. That letter is going to come fake FedEx. Fake FedEx, perhaps you've seen it. You've seen me demonstrate it before. It looks like a U.S. priority mail overnight package, but it's not. You can get those for 42 cents a piece. I'm not going to count the cost of printing paper and toner because I have no idea what you're going to pay for that. But the fake FedEx envelopes that are 9 by 12 are about 42 cents a piece. And then the postage for that letter, again, going to cost you probably, it's oversized and a little heavier than a normal 9 by 12 envelope. So let's say it costs you $1 at the most. Then you're going to follow up that letter, if they still haven't responded, with our treasure chest letter. This is a letter inside of a treasure chest. This is metal. It is noisy. It is locked. They have to take the keys off the top, off the tape, and unlock it to open it so they're involved. Inside are 2 fake plastic gold coins and your letter crumpled up, which they uncrumple to read. The cost of the treasure chest itself, 87 cents. Let's say the cost of mailing it, about $1. I'm going to do ease of math, so I'm going to do about $1.13 to make that like $2 a pop. People open that because if you get a treasure chest like that in the mail, you got to open it. You want to see what's in it and who sent it to you. Assuming they still haven't responded, and of course you have the budget and you don't have to do all of this, but our most successful members do, you're going to send them our prepaid cell phone letter, which comes fake FedEx with a prepaid cell phone in it with 10 minutes of airtime in it, because it gets them to pick up the phone that you send them the phone and call you, and then let's say the postage is like $3. I think that's a little over, but I'm being overcautious here. And then if you're really aggressive and they still haven't responded after 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll send them our diaper letter. Again, goes fake FedEx. You're going to buy premature baby diapers and jelly beans to put in it. That's going to cost you, let's say, less than $1 a piece, including the postage. Just for the record, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th step and still gets a 15% response from people who haven't, stubborn non-responders. So this is to get them to request something. And I'm going to show you what that something is. But let's say you have a list of 100 people. So you are going to pay $112 for the postcards. Well, that's the pricing if you do 300, but humor me for ease of math. $112. The lead generation letter and fake FedEx is $142. Treasure chest, we'll say 200. Diaper letter, 142. I've never sent 100. I don't send a cell phone letter to every single person because that would be a heck of a marketing budget. You'd be at $13.42 a piece, so that'd be $1,342. So we'll leave that off for now. We'll use the cell phone. We have, you can do it much cheaper if you use the cell phone letter for after they request the free thing if they don't come in to see you. So let's erase the cell phone letter just for now to make this look like a much better budget, because you don't really need to do it to get them to request the report. We've got, you know what, actually, we're going to keep that on there because we have some members, we're in beta testing this right now, who are sending a fake cell phone. It's like a little toy plastic cell phone with candy in it from Oriental Trading, and it talks about how your ear's ringing, we've been thinking about you. If you open this up and eat the candy, you'll have the sweet taste of what working with us would be like for your financial advice, blah, blah, blah. So if I recall correctly, those are about 60 cents a piece. So postage, we'll say 50 cents. You're now at, for easier math, $1.50. So I apologize. We'll be releasing that letter to everybody soon. So here we are. To get 100 people, I've got 292. I'll round that up to 300, 500, 600, 700, 750 bucks. So if I was doing 300 people, 1,500, 2,250. So that is about $4. Let's see, 2,250 divided by 300 people, $7.50 a prospect. So you can sort of get an idea. This is for lead generation. Now think about that, $7.50. If I spend $2,250 to send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to 300 people, I mean, all you have to do is get one. 5 steps, 5 weeks in a row. You get one client out of that, you more than made your money back. You more than doubled your money back. You're going to get a whole lot more than one. You think if you got 5 steps in a row, you'd pick up the phone and call if you were interested in looking for a second opinion? Of course you would. This is why this works so much better than sending one. See, the difference in concept is instead of sending a 15,000 piece seminar mailing, one seminar invitation to 15,000 people, you're shooting one bullet at 15,000 people. This, you're shooting 5 bullets at 300 people. Much better chance of hitting them, much more better chance of shooting them than you do just shooting one bullet. Spray and pray, laser targeted. So now, what are we trying to get them to request? So hang on. Let's show you what you're trying to get them to request, and then the follow-up sequence to get them to come in the door. You're trying to get them to request a free report. One of these. Our flagship marketing campaign here for new prospect lead generation. Now this report is a generic version. Yours is going to be target marketed. But just to give you an idea, how to overcome the 7 biggest mistakes affluent families make when working with a financial advisor. About 20 some pages, slick paper, looks very professional, and has, and its sole job is to tell them all the mistakes their financial is making, their advisor is making with their money, and why you're the only solution, why they have to come to you. So we've done these for more niches than you can think of. We've done these for affluent golfers, affluent Republican hunters. I'm notorious for that one. We've done this for attorneys, selling this to attorneys. We've done this sending this to subgroups of physicians, certain types of surgeons. We've done this for a large different number of hobby and lifestyle selects. So obviously there are not 15,000 affluent Republican hunters in your area, probably a couple hundred. So if you niche your market right, this whole report then we help you modify. You get the Word file, you get all the JPEG Word files, everything you need, and then we will work with you to help you modify it for your new target market. The images all change, the languaging changes, so the person who gets it, the affluent golfer or doctor on the other end of this, goes, oh my God, this is just for me. These people just work with guys just like me. This is who I want. So how much does this cost to have made? You don't have to have hundreds of these made. You have them made after they request it. You just have to have it approved by compliance ahead of time. So what do these cost to make? Well, you got 2 choices. You can go to Kinko's and use our national Kinko's account to get our national discount for all our members, and you can print these literally one at a time for $14 each. So you could go get 2 or 3, and then when people start requesting it, you call up Kinko's and say, you got it on file, run me another 50. And they could have it done for you by tomorrow, in a day or 2. So there's no problem. You just keep a couple on hand to be ready. You want to get the price down, you go to a printer or a promotional products company in your area. Then you have to buy quantities of 50 or 100. Kinko's one at a time is going to run you $14, $15 each. If you go to a promotional products company, you do 50. You can get it down to $12 each. You do 100, you can get them down to 10, depending on the cost of paper and ink and stuff in your area. So the more you print, the cheaper it gets. That's to give you an idea. So once they've requested the report, so they've requested it, report. We spent $14. I'll pretend you had it done at Kinko's, so it's more expensive. Then what are you going to do? You're going to send them a second notice letter, because the report is going to drive them to one of 2 places, depending on what you want to do. It's going to drive them to a phenomenal new client experience event, or it's going to drive them to a consultation in your office. And again, if you're a member of the program, we teach you all about what a new client experience event is and how to have them. Which is not a boring 2-hour PowerPoint seminar about asset allocation where you eat rubber chicken. So the second notice will tell them, hey, we're running out of spots at the event, or we're running out of slots to do new client consultations. Let's see, you're going to, the second notice letter, fake FedEx, see 42 cents for the fake FedEx. We'll say 60-some cents for the postage, we'll round up to $1. Week later, they get a third notice letter. Same thing, $1. Week 4, they get the cell phone letter with the real cell phone. 10, 3, so we're going to say $14 a piece. Because you're not going to have, if you send this to 300 people, I'm not that good. 300 people are not all going to request it. I'm good, I'm not that good. So you're not going to have to spend thousands of dollars on the cell phone letter. And then after this, you enter them into, if they still don't respond, they go into the monthly drip program. We talked about that last time. There's another video on financial advisor marketing budget for client marketing. After they've received all this stuff, and if they still haven't responded, then they go in your monthly drip campaign, the same stuff you send to clients. So you can watch that video to figure out what that budget is. However, let's say you're not going to have 100 people out of 300 people request this report. We're good, we're not that good. And you don't need that many. Because think about it, if all you spent, you were at $750 a prospect, now they became a lead because they requested the free report. So let's say you had 30 people. $30 for second notice, $30 for third notice. Let's say you had to print 30 reports, 140, 280, 380, 420. And then you printed out 30 cell phone letters, 420. So what would that cost you? 420, 840, 870, $900. So now you spent $22.50 to get in front of them. You spent $900 to follow up with the 30 hypothetically who responded. So you got in front of 300 people and then another 30 for the second group of people. Your cost, so let's say, actually, your total cost was $31.50, and in this case we generated you 30 people who requested the information. So technically you paid $105 for each person. Well, you're now top of mind, because those people who didn't request the information have gotten 5 things from you and then are dripped on every month, so they know who you are and they see why you're different, and when they're ready they're coming to you. But you paid $105 to have 30 people request this and the follow-up sequence, so they got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things from you over 2 months, including this report. Those 30 people, $100 to get in front of them. Versus a seminar where you spend, so we spent a total of about $31.50. You would have spent $3,150 on, let's say, a seminar. You probably would have spent more. You would have spent $15,000 printing, postage, and then meals. You probably would have spent 2 or 3 times that on a seminar to get fewer people involved. some of those are going to be plate lickers. Nobody's requesting this because they're bored. They're requesting it because they want to read it. So you're now, those 30 people, we have a I can't affect your closing rate. I can get them in the door for you, but you have to be able to sell them. But I personally don't use this, don't quote me on this. I have a 97.2% conversion rate of people who come in turning into clients. Why? Because nobody requests this, reads the whole thing and comes in unless they're sold already before they walk in your door. They're not going to read this whole thing and then come in and go, why are you different from Merrill Lynch? Or why are you different from Morgan Stanley or the guy I already have? They're not coming in going, tell me how long you've been in business. Tell me why you're different. Because this covers all of that. It sells them on all of that. So the people who are coming in are basically becoming clients. So you got 30 qualified people, highly, highly qualified, motivated people. I mean, Jesus, you close half them. That's 15. That's low. You got 15 new clients. What's your average revenue in the first year per client? What do you sell? Fee-based money management, annuities. What are you selling them? Do you sell them a financial plan first? 15 people. I mean, if you only generate $1,000 gross off each one, which would be really low, that's 15 grand. You just got a 5-to-1 ROI. 15 people, you generate 5 grand. You sell them a financial plan, then you sell them money management, you sell them annuity, you sell them something else for a year. I mean, geez, it's $75,000. You do that a couple times, you see how very quickly, and then you can double your production in 12 months. So so I would suggest, and again, these numbers aren't written in stone, but because people so many ask, I want to give you a rough idea. How much should you spend? What should your marketing budget be to be at the top of mind financial services rep in a new niche in less than 90 days? $3,150. So if all you have is $300 in your bank account, our program is not right for you. You can't afford it. Because not only do you have to pay for the program, all this marketing stuff every month, but you got to pay to get it out the door. So if theoretically you could see yourself investing in your own business over the next 12 months, combine this budget with our cost, with the budget for client marketing, if you have clients that you already saw, that video you already saw, and that's what you're going to spend in a year on our program, implementing it for clients and prospects. But you're going to make a ton of money. That's why we have guarantees on it. So I appreciate your time. Hopefully that helps you figure out, whether you use us or someone else, what your budget should be for financial advisor marketing. Thanks so much. See you next time.